Honorable Shri Pradeep Kumar Amadji, Minister, Health and Finance, Odisha. Honorable Shri Ajay Chandrakarji, Honorable Minister of Health, Chhattisgarh. Dr. Arun Panda, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Professor Isaac Odem, Director, Sickle Global Network, Canada. Professor Siddharth Das, Dean and Principal, SCB Medical College. Professor Niranjan Tripathi, President, Odisha Hematology. Professor Ravindra Kumar Jaina, Professor and Head, Hematology Department, SCB Medical College, and Organizing Secretary of this Sickle Cell Congress. It gives us in the government of Odisha immense pleasure to co-host the 3rd Global Congress on Sickle Cell Disease and Bone Marrow Transplantation in Bhubaneswar, Odisha from 21st to 24th of February 2017. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers, the Odisha Hematology and Global Sickle Cell Disease Network, to have chosen Bhubaneswar for holding this 3rd Global Congress. Friends and colleagues, as per WHO estimates, around 5% of the world population today suffers from different hereditary hemoglobin traits, of which sickle cell hemoglobinopathy and thalassemia form most of the bulk. And recognizing this, WHO has taken resolution in the World Health Assembly in 2006 and 2010 and have urged the countries to develop the programs for providing better diagnostic facilities and care to the individuals who are suffering from sickle cell hemoglobinopathy and thalassemia and the related blood disorders. I will not go into the history of how sickle cell were recognized first, but just to mention here for the audience that more than a century ago in 1910, the sickle cells were recognized for the first time by Dr. James B. Herrick in the United States. And since then, this hereditary hemoglobin disorder has been found all over the globe. Our country and state are therefore no exception. And in India, sickle cell hemoglobinopathy was first reported by laymen and Kutbush in tribes of Nilgiri Hills of Tamil Nadu. In Odisha, the first reported patient was in 1967 obviously from VSS Medical College, Burla, and it was reported by Professor Bijay Kumar Nanda, who was working as Professor Pathology then. And then later on in 1970s and 1980s, Professor Bimal Chandrakar, well-renowned medicine specialist professor, did seminal work in studying the epidemiology and clinical features, and he established the basic diagnostic test for sickle cell disorders in VSS Medical College, Burla. We then found that the disease is, during his research and analysis, we found that the disease is not only confined to the tribes of the state, but also was prevalent in many of these specific castes, which we today know that these are the Agaria, Chasa, and Kulita, and these are mostly the farming communities. Then there was another pioneering stalwart, in fact I would say Dr. Dilip Kumar Patel, who was actually working, Professor Dilip Kumar Patel, who was working with these farming communities since late 90s, and he worked with them till his demise in 2014. He is no longer with us, but I remember I was then the mission director, NRHM, which is today NHM, National Rural Health Mission. And I could see the passion in his eyes, and he wanted to set up this VSS Burla as a center of excellence, and he did get around his way. He, in fact, then also linked it to the research, and he then approached us that we must establish this center of excellence, and that's how in 2010, the VSS Medical College Burla was also declared by us as Center of Excellence with the funding from DFID then. The Odisha Sickle Cell Project today has done a commendable job in providing patient care and research in sickle cell and associated hemoglobinopathies. Under the project, VSS Medical College Burla, which is now the VSS Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, an autonomous body, has been designated as the nodal center with a sickle cell unit at each of the 12 district headquarters that it supports, and which is mainly in the western Odisha. The project is involved in screening, counseling, registration, clinical examination, and treatment, and not only that, follow-up as well as counseling to the patients who suffer from traits. And in addition, screening at health camps and schools are also now being undertaken by us to enhance detection of the cases and the carriers. Training of doctors and paramedics conducting the continuing medical education programs at medical colleges and districts has also been taken by us with full swing. Effort is now on to integrate part of the project to regular state medical services provided from Department of Health and Family Welfare Research, and which has now made impressive presence in the state. We have also published from the Center of Excellence several medical journals like Hemoglobin, European Journal of Hematology, Pediatric Blood Cancer, International Journal of Laboratory Hematology, and Annals of Hematology. Many of the papers have been published there. With all these achievements, we also however, have huge unmet needs today, like neonatal screening and prenatal diagnosis. And there are many issues which are now related to even to transfusion, which we are facing, such as chelation. When we overload our patients with the children with iron because of the transfusion, it is generally not the sickle cell itself or thalassemia or other blood disorders which kill the children and the patients. It is the overloading by iron. A solution to that also, a sustainable solution to that also has to be found by us. I hope we will be able to take care of that too also in future. The Sickle Global Congress 2017, which is being held today in our state, is an opportunity for all of us to know more about how to prevent, control, and treat this menacing disease. I hope this will provide the right stimulus to accelerate and meet the challenges ahead in the right perspective. Thank you all. Thank you so much.